This is Bizworld and I'm Muhammed Hamdan. Malaysia's wholesale and retail trade grew by 7.7% year-on-year to 120.5 billion ringgit in January 2022. The Department of Statistics said the growth was attributed to retail trade subsector, which recorded a positive growth of 7.3%. Chief Statistician Dr. Sri Muhammad Uzair Mahidin said wholesale trade also expanded by 5.7% to 58.6 billion ringgit, while motor vehicles surged 19.4%. Other groups in the subsector also recorded positive growth, including retail sales of automotive fuels, sales of household goods, sales of food, beverages and tobacco, as well as retail sales of cultural and recreation goods. Malaysia recorded improved rubber export performance for 2021, with total exports of rubber and rubber product sectors reaching a record high of 71 billion ringgit. According to Malaysian Rubber Council, it was an increase of 46.3% from 48.5 billion ringgit in 2020. In 2021, latex goods contributed 91.8%, with rubber gloves contributing 88.9% to the total rubber products export at 54.8 billion ringgit. This was followed by industrial rubber goods, which was 40.7% higher at 1.3 billion ringgit. Last year, the United States imported 22.8 billion ringgit worth of Malaysian rubber products, an increase of 76.5%. The demand was largely driven by the global annual consumption of medical examination and surgical gloves from the healthcare industry, as well as greater demand from clean room gloves from the manufacturing industry. Now, the government may likely end up leaning on national oil company Petronas for special dividends to help plug the subsidy bill. This as the government expects fuel subsidies to top 28 billion ringgit in 2022 due to the rising crude oil prices. OCBC Bank economist Welian Wiranto said the move would also help keep the broader fiscal deficit at around the targeted 6% of gross domestic product as first budgeted in Budget 2022. Yesterday, Finance Minister Dr. Sri Tunku Zafrul Abdulaziz said that if the world crude oil price remains above $100 per barrel, total subsidies for the whole of 2022 are expected to reach 28 billion ringgit, compared with 11 billion ringgit from 2021. He also said the government will review the fuel and cooking oil subsidy mechanism so that it will be more targeted towards aiding and subsidizing vulnerable groups and those who really need help. CGS-CIMB Research expects palm oil stocks to rise by 4.6% month-on-month to reach 1.59 million tonnes by the end of March 2022, while output and exports could also rise by 15% and 6% month-on-month respectively. The research house predicted that crude palm oil prices would trade at a wide range of 6,000 to 7,500 ringgit per tonne in March 2022. This was due to uncertainties over the availability of sun oil crops from Russia and Ukraine. Indonesia's decision to increase its domestic market obligation percentage to 30% is also expected to impact the price. And lastly, Capital A said it will not be proceeding with a 500 million ringgit club facility secured recently, as it is unable to accept certain conditions. Following this, it is also exploring other available debt financing alternatives with acceptable terms suitable to the operations and financing requirements of the company. Capital A said the condition is on security, joint and several guarantee from Tan Sri Tony Fernandez and Datuk Kamarudin Meranun. On October 5th last year, AirAsia Group received approval from Dana Jamin Nasional for an 80% guaranteed loan of up to 500 million ringgit under the Dana Jamin Prihatin Guarantee Scheme. The scheme is part of Malaysia's economic stimulus package following the unprecedented outbreak of COVID-19. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld this evening. I'm Muhammad Ahmad. Thank you for watching and stay safe.